To me, a queen is going to be somebody that owns their own power. A princess is somebody that's still waiting to be invited. Yeah. A princess is somebody that's waiting to be chosen. And I see that so much with young people and young women today. They're wanting men to choose them. They're wanting society to choose them. They're wanting to be chosen. This may be a controversial opinion,
but
bring
it. This is my favorite ones.
I don't like these like bachelorette type shows, bachelor shows. I just don't like them because it's this concept. And I don't like the men versions, the women versions. I don't like any of it. I don't like the golden ones. I don't like any of them. I don't like the island versions, like none of them. I don't like any of them because it's all these, like this group of, I'm going to say the women ones, but because those are more prevalent, but like this group of women who are oogling to be chosen and oogling for the rose, and one dude who's doing the choosing. And I sit there and I'm so perplexed why these women think that dude gets to be the one to choose them. Now, when the woman is doing the choosing, like I'm a little more comfortable with that, except that then I'm like, dudes, like why y'all oogling over her being the one then I have the opposite, role reversal. But, I think that women need to have a little bit more confidence in what they have to offer. If women had more confidence as a collective that they have the power, that they are the ones that get to do the choosing, that it's not like men don't get to choose. Like this is not a bachelorette or bachelor type of a show in our society. Like we women get to choose, then men would step up. Men would step up. Men would bring us coffee. Men would drive us places. Like there's this whole controversy in society right now about whether masculinity is toxic or not, or whether there's gentlemanly behavior or not. Like I love me a good gentleman. I love my husband to drive me. I love a man to open the door for me. But the way I see it is, he is treating me like a queen when he does that. I don't see it as treating me as subservient. I see it as he's recognizing that he is serving me and treating me respectfully and respecting the crown.
Totally.
And that only comes when you own your own crown, right? Like if you are acting like a princess, then you're going to get treated like a princess. But if you act like a queen, you'll get treated like a queen.
Totally.
And so, I tease and say I like being a passenger princess, but I really don't even see it that way because my husband is respectful because he wants to be the driver for me. He wants to drive me places so that I am unbothered by driving, right? Like he goes and gets gas in my car, so I'm unbothered by getting gas. Now, that's not to say I don't get my own gas sometimes. Absolutely. I know how to get my gas. I am a self-sufficient woman and I can get my own gas. I am a queen and I know how. But I also let my husband do that for me when when he is serving me. And totally. That's great.
Totally. And if you want a queen, if you want a king, you have to hold yourself like a queen because a king also wants a queen, not necessarily a princess, right?
I think if you act like a princess, you get treated like a princess. And I think the opposite is true. Like I think that queens deserve kings. I think men have to act like kings. And I think there is a dearth of that. Oh, there's your vocabulary
word. Give that
word.
to me. Dearth. What does that mean?
A lack of or an absence. So a dearth of kings in our society too. Because I've kind of come up with this perspective and I'm working on the book on this perspective right now, it's interesting to me just kind of watching TV or watching different characters on TV. having an observation of who I would characterize as kings and who I would characterize as princes. And that's an interesting thought.
Very interesting. What is the difference between a woman who survives in a room and a woman who rules it?
I think that it's her mindset and the energy she gives off. I think that when you walk into a room, like you can walk in skulking, there's another word, skulking.
There you go.
You can walk in, clinging to the wall, and your energy determines that. Or you can walk in like Miranda Priestley in Devil Wears Prada?
Yes.
Right? And the new Devil Wears Prada is coming out.
You got the fit to be on the show. I mean, in the movie, they should have a little cameo.
There you go. But you can walk in, wearing your crown. I mean, obviously not literally, right? But you walk in with that air about you and have the confidence to rule the room, right? And so, you get to choose that. You choose your air. You choose how you walk in a room. You choose how you're going to interact in that room, whether you know people in the room or not. If you're a queen, you can walk into a room and know nobody and rule a room. That's how your energy controls a room, how you interact with a room, how you approach people. If you want to be a princess or you want to be chosen, you're going to cling to the wall like what we'd call a wallflower and wait to be chosen and not talk to people. But if you're going to be a queen, you go up and you expect that people are going to react to you and that they're going to respect you and that you're going to meet people and they're going to want to meet you and that they're going to need to meet you and that you have something worthwhile to say to them. That's how a queen would be. I mean, ultimately we could think about the queen who's passed away now, but how would Queen Elizabeth walk in a room? She would walk in a room and expect that everybody there would demand to meet her. So if we were the queen, how would we approach a room? And there's other queens, like you could think Oprah. Like in America, who would be queens of America, right? Like Oprah would be a queen, right? How would, and I'm not talking politically or whatever, that's not my topic. Unquestionably, Oprah in any room in America would walk in a room with a figurative crown on her head. And everybody in the room, I don't care who you are, would be like, oh, Oprah just walked in. She would be a queen in a room anywhere in America or maybe anywhere in the world. And she would carry a presence with her. And I've met Oprah.
Nice.
I have met Oprah. I have that picture I can give Tommy. I've met Oprah. Can I tell you, she's about my height, but her energy fills a room. Fills a room. Her queen energy is enormous. And that was a real lesson for me because I don't think I had fully embraced being a queen at that point. And I was like, it almost was like a tidal wave that just blew me over. Her energy was just so powerful. When I met her, it was just like, whoa.
So you've been blessing me with some vocabulary, so I want to keep returning and give me some new. So you're telling me Oprah has crazy aura.
Oh, her aura was crazy. Yes, but her, the energy of her aura, it was more than just an aura.
Yeah.
It was a tidal wave of I want to say heaviness. That's probably not the right word. You could feel it. It was tangible.
Yeah. So the kids will call it aura, and it's a word that has been used before, but they'll say, "Oh my God, a person has aura," because when they walk in, it's all of a sudden all eyes and attention go in that direction because they just carry this energy.
Yeah, and it's not because she's famous.
No.
She is famous. Everybody knows Oprah. Yeah. That is a part of it, but it's not that. It's something more than that, and it's probably how she got famous. She was probably that. I didn't know her then, but I would imagine strategically she was that before she got famous, and that was some of how she got carried to fame or to wealth or to success, was she had that. She had that energy and that aura and that confidence and that queenliness before she got to success, and that energy about her helped her be successful. And that to me is the lesson in it, of that difference in just, because it's all up here. It's all a mindset. It's all a mindset. The difference between being a princess and a queen, a prince and a king, it's a mindset. It's all up here. Like, your brain does not know the difference in reality and fiction. It's all what you tell it. So if it's all what you tell it, then tell your brain you are what you want to be. Tell your brain that you are the thing that you want to be in the future. You know, if you want to be like Oprah was before she was famous, like, think about it. Like, Oprah had all these things that in today, like, if you said that she was going to be a like overweight Black woman on TV and be criticized every day of her life for being overweight, Black, and on TV, and speaking a certain way, and like, I mean, like, all those things were obstacles against her, were speed bumps in her way of success. But yet here she is, she's Oprah.
So, yeah.
Like, she's amazingly successful, and probably because of the speed bumps, you know. And so there's no excuse for any of us.
Yeah. Well, you know, I have a question for you. So, carrying yourself, like, where's the line of being queen-like or king-like and just being arrogant? Like, how do you find that balance? Like, because you want to be approachable, but if some people might receive the message to be like, really, my shit don't stink, I'm the one here, and then all of a sudden, like, that's bad energy. Where is that line? Like, how do you balance that?
Well, I think that it comes in your motivation. I think that,
Really?
you know, if you start crossing the line into believing your own bullshit, then you've crossed the line into arrogance. Like, if you leave your humility, then you've crossed the line into arrogance. You always have to maintain that humility and remember that you've also come from somewhere and that you are not any better than anybody else in the room. There is something to be learned from everybody in the room. I don't care if it's the janitor. I don't care if it's the king or the queen or Oprah. Like, everybody in that room has something to learn from everybody, and you can learn from the homeless guy on the corner. Like, everybody has a story, everybody has something to teach you. And so if you lose that humility, you've crossed the line.
No, I love that. I mean, I think this is important to have this clarification, because the queen's mindset isn't coming from a place of being on the pedestal or being above people or being better than people.
No, I think it's actually the opposite. I think it's an acknowledgement that you are not better than other people. Like, it is a commanding presence, but it's not seeking their approval, but it's also an acknowledgement of humility that we all are equal, right? Because a princess who is seeking approval is putting herself subservient to everybody else. But if we all are on equal pedestals, whether you're the homeless guy on the street, the janitor, a teacher, the king, the president, like, whoever, I don't care. Like, we're all equal. We all have something to offer, and we all have something to give. You know, then you are equal, and you have something to offer, and you have something to give, and you have something to receive. But you're not there to be subservient.
Yeah, so she's not cold, she's calibrated.
Yeah.
A princess asks for permission, a queen asks for the outcome.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
Yeah. So that, again, is like a princess is putting herself in the subservient, asking for permission from the world, from a man, from life, you know, asking for permission to go do something, which means that she has to have some approval. Where a queen is giving herself approval, right? A queen doesn't necessarily need approval from the world to go pursue the objectives that she wants to go do. She gives herself approval. You know, just like I said, like, pick your own crown up. She doesn't need somebody to tell her to pick her crown up. She's not waiting on the world to give her permission to pick her crown up. She picks her own crown up and puts it on her own head.
I love that. You said a princess's story is defined by what happened to her, whereas a queen's story is defined by what she decided after. When did you make that decision?
You know, that's an interesting question, I think, for me, and I'm not sure I have a really good answer to that.
I mean,
because I think that it's always evolving over your life. I think that it's something to do with somewhere around the age of 45. And I've decided I'm just going to stay 45, so there's that too.
Hell yeah.
But I think that when women get to like this mid 40s age, it's where you really kind of start owning your power. And, you know, there's some current medical research that says that it has to do with maybe estrogen declining and some stage of life stuff, but, you know, where we just don't care anymore. And that's a big Instagram thing for women of that age. But I think that, you know, whether it's medical or estrogen or hormonal or whatever, I think that women, when they kind of get to that point, kind of realize, like, I've been caring about a whole lot of things that I didn't need to care about. You know, I can live my life. I have permission to live. They can give themselves permission. And I think that kind of in that time frame when I was in my 40s, I kind of realized that, like, I don't need everybody else's permission to be who I am. Like, I am okay the way I am. Like, and it's very freeing to realize that, like, God made you the way you are and you're okay, and God made me the way I am and I'm okay. And I think if I could give young women a message, it would be, the younger you are that you realize that and really own it internally, the better. If the younger you are that you realize that God made you the way you are and you are okay. Like, whatever your skin color, however your hair is, whatever your body looks like. I mean, I've been big, I've been medium, and I've been small. You know, I'm not going to do anything about my height. I'm never going to be tall. But, you know, but I've been all sorts of sizes. Like, I'm not going to do anything about my skin color, but it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to do anything about my height. That's how God made me. And the sooner that you embrace that God made me the way that I am, and he did it on purpose, and it's okay. It's glorious. It's wonderful. I am the only me there is. And the younger you are that when you embrace that, the sooner that you can get to owning that crown and owning your own queen's mindset. Because I think that until you own that, until you fully embrace that, you're still seeking that approval from the world and from yourself.